I think this is going to surprise the audience, but to me, it's without a doubt Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
Because let's be honest about why, despite being 5-0, and despite being atop the standings, they are not atop the tiers or mini power rankings. And even on this show, when we talk about the best teams in the NFC, the Eagles are in the and the Eagles rather than the leading candidates. Is it because we don't trust their defense? No. Is it because we don't trust their offensive line? No, I'd have the best in the league. Is it because we don't trust their running game? No, they're excellent at that. It's because people, despite him winning NFC Offensive Player of the Month, despite him playing clean, really good football for the last 5 weeks, people cannot get over two things. Their initial inclination of Jalen Hurts as a guy who was benched at Alabama, had to transfer, second-round pick, good character, good glue guy, but probably not a franchise quarterback. And then the confirmation of that initial opinion of him in the playoff game last year, when people saw the Eagles beating all these bad teams and said, yeah, but they were 0-6 against good teams. And then the playoffs, it's not only they lost Brew, but he played terribly, the Eagles played terribly, and looked like they were outclassed. And so if people believe Jalen Hurts, not a top 5 quarterback, if they believed he was just no doubt a top 10 quarterback, then a hell of a lot of people would be picking the Eagles to, at the very least, win the conference, if not win the Super Bowl. So this is Jalen Hurts' first really good opportunity. Because if we're one of the buts about the Eagles is their defense. I'm sorry, they haven't played the greatest defenses yet.
Right.
There's a great defense, divisional opponent. So to me, Jalen Hurts is the X factor for the Philadelphia Eagles, so he has more to prove.
Kinda, sorta. Because, look, on this show, I don't think we're believers, right?
In the Eagles? Yes.
In Jalen, in the Eagles, right? But elsewhere, I mean, there are a lot of people picking the Eagles to win the NFC. Certainly to be a top 2-3 team in the conference before the season started. So a lot of people do believe in Jalen Hurts. I want to see more. I'm not quite a full believer. And I agree with you that if he goes out against this defense, which no quarterback has even mustered a 90 passer rating against, including Brady and all that they faced, then I will begin to believe, okay, because I love the intangibles, like you said, but I'll begin to believe with his unique style of play, the running more than the passing, so to speak, at least as far as touchdowns, that he can get it done. But it's got to be Cooper Rush more to prove, because Cooper Rush, every time he takes the field, Nick, he's trying to prove he's a starter. Now, not necessarily for the Cowboys, but for somebody, right? Because we think if that comes back and everything gets back to normal, that some teams will look at Cooper Rush next year as maybe our starter. So every time he takes the field, he is trying to prove to the whole league that I can be your quarterback, your starting quarterback. Wow. And, Nick, there are a lot of people of your ilk that don't think he's that good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Correct.
If he goes out and he's already beat the 2 Super Bowl teams last year, if he goes out and beats Philly, you got to give my man some love.
So earlier in the production meeting, I was like, who we got to get some sound from the Cowboys? I'm like, yeah, we'll get some sound. I was like, hey, does Cooper Rush ever say anything? And I'm like, nah, we listened to it. I'm like, all right, I'll go listen to it. He is in such a, I'm going to take care of the ball. We're going to sustain drives. Like, the way that his persona is, it's not like I'm going to go and grab this bull by the horns and prove to everybody I'm a starter. He's like, Dak's been great.
Quiet.
When he's back, I know, but it's quiet to the point where, like, I feel like he's got nothing to prove. He came in, he's doing his job.
Right, and because I don't think anybody's making him a starter next year.
I don't. No matter what happens the rest of the season?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I can't say no matter what happens. Like, if you're saying, on the range of possible outcomes is one of them, he leads them to a Super Bowl, then the Cowboys make him a starter. But if Dak takes over,
Dak's out the next 2 games,
and they lose to Philly and they beat Detroit, or is it Detroit or Chicago next? Whoever the next one is. No, I think Cooper Rush is a backup quarterback, an expensive backup quarterback. And by the way,
you're proving my point, though. He's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, but I don't even know. I think Cooper Rush would be thrilled with that outcome. I think Cooper Rush, who looked like he did that good sit-down interview, I think it was with Aaron Andrews, talking about, I thought I was out of football. Like, I thought I was going to have to go get another job. He's now looking at the Chase Daniel career path of Man, I could for 10 years
get paid.
be on a roster and have people be like, he's reliable. He won't turn the ball over. He can start for us in a spot. So I understand what you're saying, which is Jalen Hurts. They're almost playing different games here. Like Jalen Hurts is trying to prove, can I be the quarterback for the best team in football and one of the reasons they win the Super Bowl? Am I an elite quarterback? Exactly right. While Cooper's trying to prove, am I a starting quarterback? And maybe it's being unfair, Brew, I have not opened my mind to the possibility that Cooper Rush is a starting quarterback in this league. I just don't think it's.
I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying it is a possibility. And Dak will probably be back next week, so he might not get to prove. But if he wins this game, and you know what? I think he's going to play well. I think he's going to have a big game.
Wow.
If he has a big game, you already have some.
Hold on. I know you think I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But I think I know that you're going to pick the Cowboys to win this game because you said it yesterday. So that's not spoiling anything. You think they're going to win this game because Cooper Rush is going to play well?
I wouldn't say because of Cooper Rush. The defense is always going to be the driving force. I think the run game will be strong. But I think he's going to have a much better game. I think he's going to throw for 200-plus yards.
That's
for
double
him,
last week. Yeah,
right.
That's double last
240 yards.
240 yards.
He hasn't thrown for that yet.
I'd be interested in that.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.